Although the Pokemon TCG has a rotating standard format which removes multiple sets of cards annually, Tales of Iconic decks are passed along and used as influence for new creations. Today's iconic deck is Rain Dance. Rain Dance begins, well, at the beginning, base set. Blastoise from base set had the Pokemon power Rain Dance, which allows you to attach water energy to your water Pokemon as often as you'd like. Although Charizard is the holy grail for collectors, Blastoise was actually the most playable out of the Kanto starters in the first set of the TCG. The deck began with Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise, and a handful of basic water energies. Blastoise was a fine attacker itself, dishing out a maximum of 60 damage per turn for 5 energies, but there was a more efficient water attacker in base set, Gyarados. Gyarados had the same HP as Blastoise, but only needed to evolve once, and its attack Dragon Rage dealt 50 damage for 3 energy, much better than Blastoise's 60 damage for 5 energy. Gyarados' grass weakness was also very important, since Blastoise was weak to lightning. Now you would have 2 potential attackers to switch between based on the type of your opponent's Pokemon. The last Pokemon included in typical base set Rain Dance deck lists was Chansey. Although you couldn't use Rain Dance to accelerate energies onto Chansey, Chansey was a high HP Pokemon to toss into the active position while you set up your evolution Pokemon on the bench. Base set offered a powerful assortment of trainer cards, many of which Rain Dance could make good use of. Professor Oak is good in essentially every deck at the time, since it lets you aggressively draw more cards. Computer Search is another auto-include, since you can search for any card you need with it. Energy Retrieval is also generally good, but it's especially important in a deck like Rain Dance, which is built around flooding energies onto the board. And Pokemon Breeder was integral for Rain Dance, since it allowed players to skip Wartortle and go straight from Squirtle to Blastoise. For this reason, Rain Dance decks often played only 1 or 2 Wartortles, since you would be skipping the stage 1 with Pokemon Breeder anyway. Next we have 3 Bill, 3 Super Potion, and 3 Switch. Bill and Switch are generally good cards, which you'd see in most decks at the time. Super Potion was specifically good in Rain Dance, since it heals 40 damage at the cost of discarding an energy, which this deck doesn't mind since it can replace energy quite easily. The trainer lineup is rounded out with 2 Item Finder, 1 Maintenance, 1 Super Energy Removal, and 1 Lass. All generally powerful trainers, which a lot of decks played at the time. Here is the full Rain Dance deck list for base set. I will be showcasing deck lists from 3-time world champion Jason Klaczynski's blog in this video. He is one of the most knowledgeable community members when it comes to retro Pokemon decks, and I'll link his blog in the description so you can continue exploring the history of the Pokemon TCG. The Jungle expansion was the first expansion to the Pokemon trading card game, and brought with it powerful new Pokemon like Scyther, Wigglytuff, and Lickitung. Although new decks emerged and existing decks became stronger, Rain Dance was drying up with no new cards. Rain Dance's first upgrade would come in the next set, Fossil. Articuno from Fossil was an incredible card for Rain Dance, and replaced the Pokemon line of 4 Magikarp and 3 Gyarados with just 4 Articuno, which made room for more powerful trainer cards. Articuno had 2 great attacks, no weakness, and was a basic Pokemon. Here is Klaczynski's list for Rain Dance with Articuno in the base set through Fossil format. The next set released was Team Rocket. Rain Dance gained several new trainer cards from this set, including Nightly Garbage Run and Goop Gas Attack. Notably, Computer Error was a promo card released during this time which benefited Rain Dance greatly. Since Rain Dance couldn't do much on its first turn while waiting to evolve into a Blastoise on turn 2, the drawback of ending your turn with Computer Error wasn't a big deal and would give the Rain Dance player a lot of cards to work with next turn. The Gym Challenge and Gym Heroes sets didn't affect Rain Dance much, but the format as a whole at this time is said to have been pretty toxic and unfun. This caused Wizards of the Coast to implement a new format called Prop 15-3. In this new format, you could only play 3 copies of any card other than basic energies, and you could only play 15 trainer cards total in your deck. This forced decks to play more interesting combinations of Pokemon, and Rain Dance followed suit. In addition to Articuno, Rain Dance played Lapras and Dark Gyarados in the Prop 15-3 format. Lapras was a fine basic Pokemon to include due to its high HP and cheap attacks, which could get early damage in. And Dark Gyarados had an explosive Pokemon power, which could take knockouts itself due to Blastoise piling energies onto it. The Prop 15-3 format was immediately scrapped after trying it for one event, since it did not fix the game enough in the eyes of Wizards of the Coast and the players. If you want to learn more about this forgotten format, I have a video on it, and I'll link that in the description. The final upgrades for Rain Dance would arrive in the Neo Genesis set, but honestly, these cards were upgrades for just about every deck out there. Cleffa was the MVP of the base Neo format, with its baby rule that circumvented aggression, and its powerful attack that refreshed the player's hands with ease. Goldberry was also added to Rain Dance as a very efficient way to heal your Pokemon. Rain Dance is remembered by many as an iconic water-type deck, led by Blastoise and varying partners throughout the early days of the Pokemon trading card game. Rain Dance was often outpaced by speedy decks of basic Pokemon like Haymaker with Electabuzz and Hitmonchan, or disrupted by decks with annoying cards like Rocket's Sneak Attack and the Rocket's Trap. So unfortunately, while Rain Dance has a place in our hearts, it was rarely finding a place on the pedestal at large events. The base through Neo Genesis format was the final days of Rain Dance, since base set, Jungle, and Fossil were all rotated out for the new Team Rocket and On modified format. Blastoise wouldn't be forgotten, as several Blastoise cards released throughout the years would pay homage to the original Rain Dance Pokemon power. I hope you enjoyed today's video on the iconic Rain Dance Pokemon TCG deck. If there is an iconic deck you'd like me to cover, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time here on Celio's Network.